Good day to you all. I am Dr. Smita Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dungar College, Bikaner, and today I will be telling you about research metrics. So in the previous lecture, we had discussed about impact factor of the journal. Here, in that lecture, we had seen that impact factor is a very good matrix to find the quality of the journal and the research was taken up in the journal, but it had certain flaws. So in turn there are many more metrics, research metrics are available that can decide the quality of the research in a better way. All these research metrics we will be discussing in this lecture. So first of all, let us take up what are research metrics. See, we all know metrics means measurement. So research metrics are the fundamental tools that are used across the publishing industry to measure performance both at journal level and author level, also at article level also. So research metrics are nothing but the fundamental tools to find the quality of the research that is taken up. For a long time, the only tool for accessing a journal's performance was the impact factor, as we have seen in the previous lecture. But now, a range of different research metrics are available, and this basket of metrics is growing day by day. It started from traditional impact factor, it reached L matrix, H index, and many more beyond. So, questions may arise in our mind. What do these H index, L matrix mean? What do they all mean? How is each matrix calculated? Which research metrics are most relevant to your journal? And how can you use these tools to monitor your journal's performance? All these questions may arise in your mind. So let us take all these questions one by one. See, research metrics can be categorized into three parts. First is the journal level, second article level, and third author level. We'll be discussing all these three types. First of all, we'll take journal level metrics. Journal level metrics are those metrics that are used to determine the impact a journal has on the scientific community. There are many metrics that fall in the category of journal level. The examples are impact factor, site score, H5 index, eigenfactor, Scimago journal rank, immediacy rank, source normalized impact per paper, which is in brief called SNP, are some of the examples of journal level metrics. Now, what do all these names mean? We'll take up one by one. First, we'll discuss impact factor. We already have studied these impact factor in our previous lecture. So we'll briefly go through what do you mean by impact factor. It is the average number of citations of an article, a proceeding, or a review published in a journal in the last 2 years. This is the general definition of impact factor. It is published in JCR, Journal Citations Report, and it is published on annual basis, and it can be found on the websites of the journal. Also, journal metrics include 5-year impact factor, It is also useful for our for us to find the quality research. Second journal level research matrix is the eigenfactor. The eigenfactor gives higher weightage citations from influential journals and does not consider self citations. See, in impact factor can be varied if self citations, a person is citing its own publications. So, in order to remove that flaw, in eigenfactor, it is taken in such a way that self citations are not considered while calculations. It is based on average citations in a JCR year to papers published in the last 5 years. It is calculated using an algorithm to rank the influence of journals according to the citations they receive. It is also published in JCR, and it sources its data from Web of Science. So, main source is Web of Science. Scimago Journal Rank (SJR). You must have observed SJR written in many journals whenever you send your research paper to a certain journal. SJR aims to capture the effect of subject field, quality and reputation of a journal on citations. It calculates the prestige of journal by considering the value of the sources that cite it, rather than counting all citations equally. So, citations are not calculated as a number 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not calculated in that way. It is considered according to the prestige. It is based on average number of weighted citations in a year to that published in the last 3 years. It uses its information from Scopus, and SJR is published in Scimago journals and country rank reports. Next journal level research matrix is source normalized impact per paper (SNIP). And what is that? It measures citations received against citations expected for the subject field. It uses Scopus data base for that. SNIP is published twice a year. It is based on weighted citations in a year to papers published in last 3 years. Again, it is same as SJR. It is published in SWTS journal indicators, and the main source is the Scopus. It also corrects, this is the main point, it also corrects the differences in citations practices in different disciplines, making it easier to compare this matrix across the various fields. See, there may be possibility that in certain disciplines citations are more, and in certain disciplines citations are less. So, by calculation of SNIP, it makes us easier to compare the different disciplines and of various fields. Next journal level matrix that we are taking is CiteScore. It is also a new matrix by Scopus. It is the ratio of citations to research published. Its basic definition is the ratio of citations to the research published. It is currently available for journals and book series, and these journals and book series should be indexed in Scopus. For those journals and books it is available. It considers all contents published in a journal and not just articles and reviews. It has 8 complementary indicators. Some of them are CiteScore tracker, CiteScore percentile, citation count, and so on. Next journal level matrix is H5 index. This matrix counts the number of articles published in the past 5 years that have minimum of H citations. Again you see the number of articles published in the past 5 years that have minimum of H citations. It is available through Google Scholar. So it is available for every journal. Next journal level matrix is immediacy index. What does that mean? It is the average number of article citations in the first of publication. It helps us to access how quickly these papers are cited. So, as you publish your work and the first year, the citations received in the first year is provided in immediacy index. This helps us to find how quickly our papers are being cited. It is published annually in JCR and it sources its data from Web of Science. Now these were some of the journal level metrics. Now we'll discuss some article level metrics. So this is one of the research type of the research matrix, ALMs. What does that mean? Article level metrics are used to quantify the impact of published article, how published papers are being discussed and shared. So basically article level metrics quantifies the article published. It is not concerned with the journal. It is concerned with the article. The ALM process uses various sources of information. We'll be seeing it in next slide. The example for ALM article level matrix is ALT matrix and article level matrix. So what are these? First we'll take ALT matrix. It is an alternative to the traditional citation matrix. How? They can include, it is not limited, but they can include peer reviews, citations on Wikipedia and public policy documents, discussions on research blogs, media coverage, bookmarks, reference managers like Mendeley, and other social networks. It includes everything. Therefore, the data for calculating L matrix is sourced from the web. So it is very vast and can give an insight to the research output activity across various platforms. It is not linked only with the database. It collects its data from the web. So it is able to give us the take up vast amount of data to give us the insight of the research output of the article that is published. So this is ALT matrix. Next type is the article level matrix, PLOS. PLOS is article level matrix that allows to measure the impact of your research before it starts receiving citations. Sometimes we do not refer the certain article, but we read it. We are not referring that article in our research work, but we are reading that article. So in that case, article level matrix measures the impact of your research. It measures both academic and social metrics to display the level of engagement from both scientific community and publicly. See, if I publish some work and many of them simply go through my paper. So if I have a counter, I can find that in some cases there is available this site was or this paper was viewed so many times. by so many person. So that matrix is article level matrix. It is usually displayed along with the individual journal article. Scopus has also incorporated ALMS into its indices and also partnered with Altmetrics to provide even more data sets. Now, Nature Publishing Group (NPG) and Biomedical Central has also incorporated ALMS into their matrix system to evaluate the impact of a certain article. So it has been found to provide a greater impact on the research work. Now we'll discuss third type of matrix, research matrix, that is author level matrix. Now what is author level matrix? It provides an assessment of the impact that an author makes on the scientific community or field of the study. So basically, author level matrix is related to a particular author. What impact it is providing to any scientific community or field of the study. So there are different types of matrix available to find the impact of the certain author. So it is an individual thing. The example of such matrix are H index, G index, I10 index, etc. We will be discussing all one by one. First we will take H index. It was first introduced in 2005. And what is it? It attempts to measure the productivity of a researcher and the citation impact of their publications. Actually, it quantifies an individual's scientific research output. How it is calculated? It indicates the number of articles H that have been cited at least H number of times. That is H index. This can be applied to any type of data sets apart from research article. It can be a research article, review article, or any type of data set. It is author based. So this is first H index, which has become very important for a researcher. Next is the G index. For calculating G index, articles are ranked in decreasing order of the number of citations. It indicates the largest number such that top G article received at least G square citations. So in this way, the articles for a certain authors are arranged in a decreasing order of their number of citations, and then G index is calculated. One more author level matrix is available, that is I10 index. This index has been calculated by Google Scholar and it is used in Google's My Citations feature. What is I10 index? It is the number of publication with at least 10 citations. That is I10 index. This is very simple. This very simple measure is only used by Google Scholar and is another way to help gauge the productivity of a scholar. So here in this lecture I have discussed research metrics, the types of research metrics that includes journal level, article level and author level metrics. We have also discussed different types of journal level metrics, author level metrics and article level metrics. All these metrics are have some advantages and they certainly have some disadvantages, but one is important thing, that they all help us to improve our research work and to decide where our research stands in the world. So it gives us a proper ranking to our work and to us. So this is a brief overview of research metrics that are presently available. I hope you understood all the types, and you will be whenever you will be doing some research or sending some paper, you will come across all these metrics and you will be able to understand it in a better way. Thank you.